Martin Heidegger's Dasein translates to being there, and by this he makes reference to our temporal lives, arguing that we are simply born, thrust into the world without any inherent nature. However, he does recognize the circumstances we're all brought up in, and that they shape us from birth. Quote, in Dasein as thrown, being in the world, which has been delivered over to itself in its being. Heidegger acknowledges we are thrown into the world, and that this may well affect the beings we become, just as he understands that we tend to live inauthentic lives by avoiding difficulty. Yet despite all of this, he goes on to argue that we hold the reins over what beings will eventually become by saying this. Quote, Dasein has already compared itself in its being with a possibility of itself. Being toward one's own most potential for being means that in each case, Dasein is already ahead of itself in its being. Dasein is not always beyond itself, not as a way of behaving towards other entities, which it is not, but as a being towards the potential for being which it is itself. He believes that due to our projections of the future and of ourselves within that future, we are evolving as beings by being ahead of ourselves and constantly becoming something new because of our own wills. Heidegger argues that to exist is to always be ahead of oneself, by being oriented towards what one can become.